Welcome back. Grab your cowboy hats and boots for John and Farrah Lester's Never Quit Goes Country fundraiser at Joe's Bar on Weed Street. It'll happen on Wednesday, July 6th, beginning at 6 p.m. Join John and Farrah, Cub players and coaches for a night of country music, interactive carnival games, food, and much more. Tickets on sale now at Cubs.com/neverquit.
Oberholzer to Zobrist. Ball one low. Oberholzer has been very good in relief of the injured Vince Velasquez, who after 2 pitches and 1 out had to leave with sore biceps. Looked like he threw a couple of fastballs at about 86 or 87, and that was it. Ground foul past Gary Jones at third.
Oberholzer has been effective because he's got that good changeup, and he's shown a willingness to throw his fastball in on the hands of these right-handed hitters.
He only made 32 starts combined the last 2 years with the Astros, so this is not unfamiliar territory. His high pitch count this year, 64 pitches back on April 7th.
Genmar Gomez, their closer, who's having a fine year, worked 2 innings to get the save last night. Came in with the bases loaded, nobody out, and a 2-run lead. Locked things down. So he may not be available today. Through 25 pitches. It's just kind of, the magic number for a lot of managers. If a reliever goes 25, 30 pitches, they like to shut him down. Now, so he didn't throw that many pitches, but the fact that he threw 2 innings in the ball game may influence his usage here today.
Zobrist smacks one into center. So his first hit in a while. First base hit in 7 games, in fact.
It's a funky game, isn't it? How a guy can be going along as well as he was and then hit a skid like that. It'd be one thing to cool off a little bit, but he went from scorching to just having some real ugly ABs.
As Almora Jr. digs in, we want to welcome all our viewers watching on Heart of Iowa Communications in Union, Iowa. Was the Cubs' first draft pick under the Theo Epstein regime.
Stock had fallen a little bit in the eyes of some of the evaluators, those top prospect lists that he was near the top of there for a couple of years. But first go around at AA, he regressed a little bit. But, had a good year with the bat last year and doing an outstanding job at AAA this season.
6th overall pick in the 2012 draft. Carlos Correa went number 1 that year. Addison Russell went 5 picks after Almora. Russell to the A's. Almora is from Hialeah, Florida. That's in the Miami area. Father Albert Sr. has been battling prostate cancer for a while. Getting married this year. A child on the way. It's been a big year personally for him and professionally as well. First rookie to make an appearance with the Cubs this year. Last night in their 57th game. That was the deepest they had ever gone into a season before using a rookie player. Shoots that one foul to right.
Good coverage there with 2 strikes. You see him simplifying his approach a little bit with 2 strikes. A little quieter with the lower body, trying to use the hands. Sacrificing power for contact.
High fly ball into left center. And it'll be taken by Herrera. And Albert's 0 for 2 in his first major league start. Montero 1 for 1. Yeah, so if you look at Almora Jr. all along, he's been about 3 years younger than the average age at every level, and almost 5 years younger than the average AAA player going into this season. So to say he's somehow behind the curve is totally inaccurate. "22 years old. And here he is in the majors.
Right. That's, people get frustrated sometimes, get impatient when a young kid is drafted that high, but you have to remember he was drafted out of high school.
And he was just 18 years old. The Cubs have done a pretty remarkable job of not rushing any of the prospects, and along the way it had to be tempting on some level, right?
Well, yeah, but probably pressure from outside, from the fan base.
Bounce back to the pitcher. Overholtzer, bad throw though, and they're not going to get anybody out. Well, he rushed it. It does happen more than you'd think. Pitcher's throwing to second base. And he'll be charged with an error.
Yeah, what happens is you get greedy. You want that double play so badly, you get in a hurry. And just a good, strong, accurate throw would have gotten the job done. So we were staring down the barrel. The Cubs were if he had another double play.
Guy of all of them, I wouldn't say they rushed him, but I would say he got to the big leagues before he was really polished, was Baez. But that was a bit by design.
And you know, Schwarber, the bat, you know, they knew the bat was big league ready. There were some concerns about the defense, but you know, the role that he was going to be used in, and his bat was so advanced.
Look, in the case of Baez, they wanted to see how he handled major league pitching. And they kind of felt like his final, 6 or 8 weeks, a couple of years ago, would take him into the offseason and allow him to make the appropriate adjustments. That ball rocketed into his own dugout. Yeah, 52 games in 2014. Baez hit 169. He struck out 95 times in 229 plate appearances. And at times it was not pretty.
Man, I think sometimes as an organization you're trying to deliver a message to a player too. There's been a lot of talk about Baez and his approach at the plate. The big swing, not willing to change his approach in certain situations. So, you know, bring a guy to the big leagues, expose him to the best pitching. You know, not necessarily that you hope that he fails, but you know that if he does struggle, that, you know, there's a chance to learn a lesson there. the Javi Baez story is interesting too, in that he's kind of like Chris Bryant. And before we saw him, what we heard about him was the bat speed and the tremendous power. Now that we've seen him play, what gets your attention is his defensive ability, the base running, the great hands, the ability to play a lot of different positions and play them all extremely well. And he's still just a puppy too, so you expect the work at home plate to improve. But even if he doesn't become the guy you thought he was going to be with the bat, he still has a chance to be a really good major league player.
Yep.
.60 pitches now for Oberholzer. Andrew Bailey is up in the Philly bullpen.
Baez bounces toward left, through. Zobrist will head to the plate, and he's in safely, and the Cubs lead 1-0 on Javier Baez's RBI single. That will be it for Oberholzer.
First blood. He's out in front of this pitch, kind of rolls over on it, but gets enough of it to squeak it through that hole on the left side of the infield.
So pitching change. Oberholzer was one good throw away from maybe getting out of the inning completely, but he'll exit trailing 1-0.
The Backyard Bash event at American Sale. Right now, get up to 50% off everything you need for your summer fun. Plus, get 0% financing for 4 years. Or take another 10% off our already low sale prices. Lowest prices are always guaranteed and free delivery to Chicagoland. Turn your backyard into a dream backyard. Save big at the Backyard Bash event. Going on now at American Sale. 9 Chicagoland locations. American Sale. Bring the fun home.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at Advance Auto, Walgreens, Ace, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Pizza is perfect. Pizza with bacon cheeseburger on it, way, way more perfect.
Papa's Bacon Cheeseburger Pizza is back. And try our new Mushroom Swiss Burger Pizza. Just $10 each for a large.
PapaJohns.com. At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
It is time for the Midas Tire and Auto Service call to the pen. And here is right-hander Andrew Bailey.
Veteran right-hander has appeared in 18 games. 3-0 with a .306. Strikeout per inning. Just shy thereof. A .169 the batting average against. Fastball, cutter, and a curve.
Slide and block by the catcher Rupp. First and second, a run in. Taken all the way for a strike. It's 1-2. Dangles that ball.
Joe doesn't like to bunt, but put the bunts in order here with Fowler on deck.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs.
Just fearful of the ground ball double play.
Yep.
So not the worst case scenario, the punch out there by Lackey.
Because if you think you're going to hit into a double play, you should strike out.
It's the positive, the power of positive thinking.
I think it was Bob Brenly's hitting coach once told him that.
If you have a notion, if it crosses your mind that you think you're going to hit into a double play here, go ahead and punch out. Take one for the team.
Walk back in the dugout. I did that for you guys.
Yep.
I'm a team player. 1-0 to Fowler. Two balls, no strikes. Bailey has been an Athletic, a Red Sox, a Yankee, and now Philly. Best stretch of his career was right off the bat. First 2 years he was an all-star with the A's. And an awkward swing there.
Well, Phillies may have found something when Bailey gets back to form. He was a non-roster invitee to spring training.
Oh, it was Reggie Smith, his teammate. I told Bob that. Not hit hard, and it'll be Hernandez to get to it. That'll end the inning. The Cubs do get the first run on the Baez RBI single, and it's 1-0 in the fifth.
Now is the time to save big with Smart Bonus Cash from Ford. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 cash and an extra $1,000 Smart Bonus Cash on Fusion, Escape, and Focus. Ford, America's best-selling brand with big savings. 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 cash and an extra $1,000 Smart Bonus Cash. But supplies are limited, so hurry while selection is best and see your local Ford dealer today.
Your home, your auto. They just go together. Combine your home and auto insurance with State Farm. Save time and money. Just another way we're here to help life go right. Talk to your State Farm agent today.
Road trip. Nippers, yeah. Can't leave without my nippers, yeah. It's all about my nippers, yeah. Everybody wants some nippers, yeah. Why am I on a donkey? Nippers, yeah. It's a nibbler venture. Nippers, yeah. Crispy corn dog, please. Creamy mac and cheese. Nippers, yeah. These will not last long. Nippers, yeah. Just like this theme song.
Hey everyone, Kelly Kroll here with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. We have a baseball doubleheader for you today on Comcast Sportsnet. Coming up tonight at 7, James Shields makes his White Sox debut as the Southsiders host the Nationals. We'll preview the matchup on Sports Talk Live at 5:30 and Sportsnet Central at 6:30. Then stay tuned after the final out of this game as Todd Hollinsworth joins me on the postgame show. But for now, let's head back to Lynn and JD at the ballpark, guys.
Welcome back, everybody. Sign up for the Chicago Cubs baseball summer camps presented by ATI Physical Therapy and Ideal Industries. Young sluggers ages 5 to 13 will suit up in Cubs gear, meet a current Cub player. We'll do that at Wrigley Field. And you will receive top-notch baseball instruction. Evanston and Palatine camps have sold out, but limited spots are still available at Naperville and the Lake Forest locations.
Couple of Texas guys battling here. Lackey and Rupp. Lackey from Abilene. Rupp from Plano.
Plano, man, at high school there, turned out a lot of outstanding athletes. Rupp went on to play at the University of Texas. John Lackey played at Grayson Community College.
2-2.
Rupp's a strong individual, man. He's a big guy for a catcher.
Yep.
Hit 9 home runs last year. 299 plate appearances. Certainly strong enough to hit the ball out of the ballpark a little more frequently, but he hits the ball on the ground a lot. I would have to make some swing adjustments. Needs to work on that launch angle.
3-2. He got under this one. And the wind's going to carry it over to Hayward, and Fowler ran into him, but they're all right. He had a wind. Made that an F9. It looked like it was going to be Fowler's ball until the last second.
Well, and the deal here is too, in a day game, tough sky and a very windy day, neither guy can afford to take his eye off the ball. So full concentration on the baseball. Sometimes you end up running into each other out there.
The final line on Brett Oberholzer today, and it was very good. 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 run unearned because of his error. 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
Yeah, I got that emergency call. Just 1 batter, 2 pitches into the ball game. Did a very nice job.
Fastball off the inside corner to Ashe, who recently came off the disabled list. 3 hits for the Phils, all singles over the first 2 innings. Actually, the first 2 men Lackey faced in this game reached base. And a big play by Albert Almora Jr. throwing out Odubel Herrera at the plate. That's a strike. It's 3-2. We'll try it again. And all those walk-offs we showed you before the first pitch. The Red Sox with a 10-inning victory on the road in San Francisco last night. Xander Bogaerts 2-run single. That one line to right. Hayward in, the slide and the catch.
And the acknowledgement from John Lackey. Boy, he got a great break on that ball. Ball line like this, usually an outfielder hesitates a little bit to get a read on it, but he was on the move in a hurry.
It'll bring up Goodell, the right fielder. John Lackey approves. How about all the hitting streaks? The Red Sox offense has been incredible this year. Dustin Pedroia's got a 14-gamer. David Ortiz had his end at 13. A couple of guys over 20 this year. Lackey with a 1-2-3 and getting some help from his outfield defense in this game.
Something's irresistible at Subway restaurants. It's the Steak and Cheese Sub. And all June long, this savory footlong is just $6. But get it fast. This exclusive deal ends soon. Covered with a blanket of delectably melty cheese and topped with your choice of fresh veggies. Maybe even some Chipotle Southwest sauce. Always hot and handcrafted on freshly baked bread. So come in and crush your cravings with a $6 Subway Steak and Cheese footlong today. Subway, fresh is what we do.
Looks like we missed most of the show.
Yeah, and there's no way to restart it.
With DirecTV, there is.
You see, we got the power to turn back time, so let's restart the show that started at 9. And while we're at it, let's give you back your due and give her back the guy she liked before you. Hey, that's the power to turn back time.
Get the ultimate all-included bundle. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Every night, get ready for the most dynamic show in Chicago. Your city, your teams, your show. This is Sportsnet Central, presented by Comcast Business, every night at 6:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tomorrow on Sportsnet Central, Kelly Kroll goes on the road with David Ross as the Cubs catcher takes viewers for a behind-the-scenes look at his pregame prep during a recent series in St. Louis. Don't miss On the Road with David Ross tomorrow night on Sportsnet Central. Hayward, Bryant, and Rizzo against the right-hander Bailey in a first pitch strike. And Jason, 1 out of 8, 2 walks and a 2-run homer in the series. And he waits on an 0-1 and he lines one into right. The leadoff single.
Yeah, he's better down than up. The ball down, he's pretty good at going down there and putting a good swing on it.
Bryant caught looking in the first. Line to left in the fourth. Those at bats against the lefty Oberholzer. 93, upper part of the zone for strike.
And Billy didn't throw over.
That's the deal.
I don't know. I always throw over when a guy gets on. He's a contrarian. Strong pull on the infield for Bryant. And Herrera, the center fielder, actually plays him a step the other way. So a little more room to operate in left center.
Daily stat pack we received. Got a page titled National League Batting Departmental Leaders. And there are Cubs all over this page. Underlined. Bryant has scored 42 runs behind only Nolan Arenado's 43. He's in the top 10 in total bases with 115. Anthony Rizzo came in tied for second in RBIs. And Bryant crushes one to left. And it's gone. 3-0 Cubs.
Really doesn't matter a whole lot where you're playing a guy when he hits it up there. That was an impressive swing of the bat. Well, they break through for 1 in the 5th off Oberholzer, and now Bryant providing a little cushion with this swing of the bat.
Ford home run replay. So we just jumped past a few guys in the RBI category. 42 and 43. Home run number 14. And scores his 43rd run.
Wouldn't it be cool if that page you're looking at, if the numbers change right before your very eyes?
It would.
That would be like Hogwarts.
little doubt about that one after just missing a couple on Monday.
Yeah, this is a good hitter's ballpark too. If Chris Bryant played his home games here, yikes.
Rizzo got jammed, broke his bat.
And people say, what are you talking about? He plays his home games at Wrigley Field. That's a hitter's paradise. Well,
not all the time.
No.
In fact, more often than not, the wind blows in. StatCast says 432 feet, 107 mile-an-hour exit velocity on that home run.
And if anything, the wind's going to knock that ball down a little bit, I think.
I don't think it helped.
Facing on the flags, it certainly didn't help, yeah.
Rizzo makes the first out here in the 6th. And it'll bring up Ben Zobrist.
A couple of rookies of the year chatting right there. Eric Hinske, the assistant hitting coach. And Chris Bryant. Hinske won that award with Toronto at 2001. Does that sound right?
It was 01 or 02. It was 2002. Andrew Bailey was the American League Rookie of the Year. And 09. Two-1 on Zobrist.
Right-handed Ben was 1 for 2 today.
And he drives this one out into deep center. Back on it, Herrera. Gone! Ben Zobrist goes yard. 4-0.
Left-handed Ben just went deep. And where Funky was in appears to be over.
Number 8 for Zobrist. A Ford home run replay.
Powerful swing, quick hands, and then slow motion applause.
Almora Jr. foul tips. Albert 0 for 3 to start his big league career.
Pulling off a little bit.
He slaps that one to right, but it drops foul. According to Baseball Reference, the 18,753rd player to make his major league debut. And he went. And that's a strikeout. Ball actually got away from the catcher Rupp.
And, Bailey thinks he's got 3 outs, but he doesn't, so he's going to have to take the walk of shame back to the mound. It's just after you've given up a couple home runs in an inning and 3 runs, you're like, you want the inning to be over so badly. And he had Albert in swing mode there, and he could not check on that breaking pitch.
Strike one to Montero. So some leg room now for John Lackey.
I get the sense that players are friendlier to the opposition nowadays. You know, obviously Manny Machado punching Yordano Ventura last night was not particularly friendly, but just in general, in terms of like bench jockeying and things of that nature.
Maybe less harsh.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking back in the day, when Bailey walking off the mound, there would have been some people in that visiting dugout just lighting him up.
Yeah, I think
get back out there and take your beating.
Montero bounces one to the opposite side. Long throw on a hop. Galvis gets him. By the way, I hear the Phillies radio guys are really beating you up on the air right now. We're going to find out what that's all about.
Fossil Anderson?
Yeah. Chris Bryant with a 2-run homer to left. A couple batters later, it was Zobrist just to the right of center. 4-0.
Honda knows that efficiency has its advantages. That's why the Honda CR-V can help you get places using less fuel. Gives you a better view of your surroundings. And helps you stay in touch while you're on the road. The CR-V, from KBB.com's best value brand. Nothing compares to a Honda. Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealer and test drive a Honda today.
Chrome. And now Chrome Intense, the new men's fragrance by Azzaro.
There's a sound a ball makes when it catches nothing but net. Everyone loves that sound, that precision. At GMC, we get that. Nothing separates the men from the boys like nothing but net. This is the precision of professional grade. Now get 15% below MSRP on select GMC Acadia vehicles in stock. That's over $7,800 below MSRP on this GMC Acadia Denali.
Come with me to the future.
Chrome. And now Chrome Intense, the new men's fragrance by Azzaro.
Welcome back. Host your clients and guests at Wrigley Field's largest luxury suite, the Fannie Mae Bleacher Suite. This climate-controlled, all-inclusive area provides guests a unique view of the ballpark in the center field batter's eye. It's perfect for socializing and networking, with Wrigley Field serving as the backdrop. For more information and to purchase, visit Cubs.com/premier.
Switch hitting Jimmy Paredes will pinch hit here in the 6th for Bailey. John Lackey with a 4-0 edge. 1 ball, no strikes.
That starting pitching continues to be the main story for this Cubs team. Lackey has retired 3, 6, 9, 10 in a row. Seems like every day we're rattling off a number like that.
Yep. Now, Kyle Hendricks held to just 5 innings last night. Probably could have gone 7. But lifted for a pinch hitter in the 6th. Hit hard, but on the ground to Zobrist, who makes the play.
Focused on the Cubs defensively in our pregame, in our open, and it's Zobrist has yet to make an error this year. Saw the great play by Hayward in right field. There's the line on Lackey this afternoon. 5 1/3 scoreless, 3 hits, 5 punches. Hasn't walked anybody. That's becoming fairly typical. Cubs rotation coming into this ball game with a 2.34 earned run average, almost a full run better than the Mets, who are second best.
Strike on Herrera. An interesting setup. Watch that front foot. You can actually see the bottom of his foot. It's kind of an awkward way to stand, but it works for him.
Yeah, and if you're a hitting coach, as long as the guy's having results, why mess with it? You know, whatever it takes, and he's hitting for a high average. He's taking his walks.
And he and Lackey exchanging glances as Herrera thought Lackey didn't give him enough time to get ready.
Yeah, well, if you're not ready to hit, you better ask for time. And Lackey's ready to go. He gets the ball back quickly, back on the rubber. Oh, yeah, he was all messed up. In front of the changeup, well behind the heater.
6th strikeout for Lackey against 0 walks.
And we talked about this in John's last start. Pitcher can upset a hitter's timing, not only with pitch selection, but how quickly he unloads to home plate. We talk about that as a way to shut down the running game, but sometimes holding the ball a little bit longer before you come home, even with nobody on base, or working quickly, you just, you know, hitters get into a rhythm. They're used to you having a certain rhythm on the mound. So if you can alter that rhythm as a pitcher without losing command of your pitches, that's a heck of a weapon.
2-0 on Hernandez. Left center, and it will be Fowler. And the inning is over. That is 4 consecutive 1-2-3s now for Lackey.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
From the first building block to the last coat of paint, Menards is here to help. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store, including thousands of sale items. Improve the quality of your home's water with an 11% rebate on all Morton water softeners and whole house filtration systems for clean, great-tasting water at every tap. Do it yourself and save with an 11% rebate on everything, even sale prices. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport Network, everybody. We've got 20 minutes till sundown. Will they make it? This might be a good time for all-wheel control. There's the decision. Off-road we go. With a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 2.4-liter engine, they're powering into that final stretch. What a finish with time to spare. This broadcast was brought to you by the new 2016 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. Make your drive a sport.
Come in now and get $500 cash back at 0% APR.
4-0 Cubs lead as we head to the 7th inning. Whether the Cubs are home or on the road, get a behind-the-scenes look at beautiful Wrigley Field. The Cubs offer guided tours that include a chance to actually step on the field. This must-see Chicago attraction houses over 100 years of history. For more information, visit Cubs.com/tours.
Colton Murray, the right-hander, takes over for the Phillies. Velasquez, Oberholzer, Bailey, and Murray.
Murray's got a good arm. Average fastball velocity right around 94 miles an hour. Throws a curveball and a change. He likes the curveball a little bit more, or excuse me, than the slider. Rarely uses the changeup.
Baez to start it. in the seventh. The pitch. Ball one. You mentioned Jameson Taillon will make his major league debut for the Pirates tonight. James Shields will make his White Sox debut after being acquired from the Padres. It'll be against the Washington Nationals.
White Sox looking for a hero. They've been in a pretty good skid for a while now. They've lost 4 in a row.
Leto struggled last night. Baez bounces foul. They've lost 19 out of 25.
Interesting. The AL Central, interesting, right? A lot of teams bunched together there. The White Sox, despite that rough stretch, still just 3.5 games back.
Yep. That one hit hard to left, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Ashe will retrieve. Baez has a double. And he's 3 for 3.
Yeah, nice day for Javi. 2 singles, the last one an RBI single that got the Cubs on the board, and now leadoff double.
Average from 248 up to 267 with the 3 for 3. Cubs missed Zach Greinke in the Diamondbacks series, and he has become Zach Greinke again. He threw a 3-hitter last night to beat Tampa Bay 5-0. First shutout for him since 2013 when he was a Dodger. I think he just booed himself.
He ended up having an ongoing conversation here about this whole sequence. Well, square early, set the bat at the top of the strike zone. I think sometimes you can square a little too early.
He gets it down, and he will be tagged out.
Very nice.
By Murray. Not going to rain again, is it? See some very dark clouds nearing the ballpark.
Phillies will pull the infield in here. Fowler 0 for 3 so far today. He hasn't taken too many 0-fers this year. He has been crushing fastballs.
It was a fastball,
yeah.
4 strike. Rangers beat the Astros again last night, 4-3. Ian Desmond with the big 2-run homer in the 8th. Texas is 8-0 versus Houston this year. Swing and a miss. Astros will get another shot to snap what is now a 12-game losing streak in Arlington.
Just saying, might be time to break out a little voodoo, a little magic. I got the spell if they're interested.
What's that?
Turner be turned, burner be burned, let nothing but good come from this wood. Spit on it, light it on fire. Gotta have the twigs of a certain tree.
Okay.
We did it years ago. We had when I was with the Astros playing, we had a long losing streak at Jack Murphy Stadium.
Did that ritual work?
Yes.
Not that it can be proven. I will buy your story. Is Fowler takes a called third. 2 outs.
The best pitch he had to hit in the sequence, that first pitch fastball. This time Murray gets the call right on the edge with that breaking pitch. So an empty trip for Dexter with a man on third and a chance for Hayward now to pick him up. Jason, a base hit last time on a breaking ball that was down, and you saw Rupp calling for the elevated fastball that time from Murray. That's fairly typical for big, tall guys. Easier for them to drop the head of the bat down on a low ball than to get on top of a high pitch.
0-2.
Has to be aware of the potential for a ball in the dirt here, especially that curveball of Murray's. Could be a bounce pitch.
Called strike 3, and the inning is over. So Murray escapes. Stretch time, 4-0 Cubs.
Double down on your candy and coffee cravings with Dunkin's new Heath and Almond Joy Candy Bar flavored iced coffees. America runs on Dunkin'.
We built this thingy. We built this thingy on tech that's old. We built this thingy. But we built.
Yeah, Xfinity built this newer thingy that lets me search with my voice.
We're good. Don't fall for DirecTV. Find shows faster with the X1 voice remote, only from Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
This Camry's got everything I'm looking for. Available features like pre-collision system, V6 engine, Qi wireless smartphone charging. Look at that front grille.
Don't forget Toyota Care.
Right, Toyota Care.
Want to take a test drive?
Yeah.
Lease a new 2016 Camry with 0 do-it signing and 0 first month's payment. Or get 0% APR for 72 months on Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's check out the Cubs' upcoming game schedule, brought to you by Travel Wisconsin. Plan your fun today at travelwisconsin.com. Here's what's left of the paw trip. This is just the awe portion. 3 in Atlanta, and then the 3 in Washington. An off day tomorrow.
You gonna go fishing tomorrow?
I am not going fishing. There are members of the traveling party who are headed over to Lake Lanier. To do some fishing. Golfed into left, and it's caught by Almora. Galvis. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Tricky wind out there. Almora had to battle it a little bit.
Consecutive batters retired by John Lackey.
Wind is picking up in intensity. And starting to rain a little bit too.
Yeah, I see some fans scattering.
Get to the root cellar.
One and one to Franco. Now 1-2.
We talk a lot about first strike percentage for Lackey and how important it is to get the jump on hitters. Not just strike one, but a lot of times what pitching coaches really preach is 2 strikes out of the first 3 pitches. And he grades out very well in that regard too.
Hands over his head and the 1-2. Look at that late swing by Franco. He took that ball right out of Montero's mitt. Now 2-2. Largest crowd of the series, 28,650. And a lot of kids.
The draft starts tomorrow, correct? Phillies have the first pick.
Yeah, tomorrow night, I think. We'll run through Saturday. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Oh, kind of an ugly AB there for Franco. 0 for 3 today with a couple of punch outs. Lackey doesn't make his pitch, but he gets an ugly swing from Franco anyway.
Howard cracked his bat.
This is the anniversary of the very first Major League draft in 1965. Rick Monday was chosen by the Kansas City Athletics out of Arizona State University.
They used to have a January draft. And Chris Bosio was a second rounder in 1982. And the Milwaukee Brewers. It was taken the previous June in the 29th round by the Pirates, but did not sign. So that January draft was for guys who didn't sign in the previous June draft.
Junior college players, right?
Yeah. It was Sacramento City College. Yeah, in that previous draft, the Phillies, I guess, wanted him. And then he hurt his elbow.
Also drafted in that 65 draft, Nolan Ryan in the 10th round by the Mets.
Howard held on his swing. It's 2-2. That time he went, and Howard can't believe it. But the inning is over, and they go down in order again. They haven't had a base runner since the second inning. And it's still 4-0 Cubs.
Smooth to the core. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey. Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. The SUV that dares to go beyond utility. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Know you can keep your financial big picture under control. Know you can see how much you have to spend and whether you should transfer funds. Know you can easily keep track of what you're putting away. And know you're budgeted for the great escape. Thanks to Virtual Wallet by PNC.
Smooth to the core. Crown Royal Regal Apple flavored whiskey.
Friday night will be in Atlanta. Jason Hamill and the Cubs open up a weekend set against the Braves. First pitch, 6:30 Central, right here on CSN Chicago. The new manager, Brian Snitker, on an interim basis, taking over for Freddie Gonzalez. So Hamill, Norris, Arrieta, Whistler, Lester, Perez.
Perez had to come out of his last start.
He did.
Injury
yes.
of sorts.
I think it was triceps. Yeah, triceps soreness. Chris Bryant homered his last at bat. And a single to the opposite way this time. Ryan Howard, the only infielder over on that side of second base.
Cracked his bat. I got a knock.
First baseman Anthony
Anthony hitless so far today.
Runner goes. Here's the throw, and it gets away. Bryant is in safely. Just his second so far. Stole 13 last year. Mentioned some Southern League AA All-Stars in the Cubs system. 6 of them, I believe, last night. There's some Carolina League All-Stars from the Cubs affiliate in Myrtle Beach. Right-handers Trevor Clifton, Zach Hedges, and Jake Stinnett will participate in the California Carolina League All-Star game. So 2 high A leagues.
Is that new?
Battle. I don't think that's new. At least I think they did it last year. Slicing drive to left, and it's going to get to the barrier. Bryant will trot home. Rizzo on his way to second with an RBI double. He's got a 7-game hitting streak, and it's 5-0.
Yeah, nothing wrong with playing a little add-on. You feel very comfortable with the way John Lackey's going in this somewhat anemic Philly offense, but always good to add on late. This is a good pitch. 95 at the knees, outside corner. Of course, outside corner is very reachable for Big Riz.
Back-to-back no-out hits. Here's Zobrist. 2 for 3. And a hefty home run. Bryant to left. Followed by Zobrist 2 batters later in the 6th.
Number 14 for Bryant, number 8 for Zobrist.
10th time the Cubs have hit multiple homers in the same inning. Jamer Candelario has been promoted to AAA just after being named a Southern League All-Star.
Good looking young player.
22 years old. Low batting average, .219. But certainly impressed Joe Madden in spring training.
Yeah, his
switch hitter.
Ball really jumps off his bat.
3rd in the Southern League in doubles and walks. Mark Zagunis will also make his AAA debut. An outfielder, so he gets promoted. Also an all-star, 23 years old, hitting .302. Ranking 2nd in the league in on-base percentage. You know, it's easy to say that there isn't as much interest in the farm system or the draft because it's all about the big league club, but I actually don't believe that. I think it's the opposite. I think the major league club's success actually creates more interest in the entire organization. Now, we spent more time maybe 2 or 3 years ago talking about the system. As Rizzo will advance to 3rd, Galvis gets Zobrist. But I think the interest in what's going on down on the farm, I think it's at an all-time high among Cub fans.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. Well, I think there's different level of fans. I think some fans probably don't pay attention at all to what's going on in the minor leagues, but you know, because of the internet, because there's so much information out there now about the minor leagues, I think there are a lot of fans that are clued in. It's not just about who's on the way here, but what assets do the Cubs have if they need to make or look to make a trade at the trade deadline. You know, if they're trying to play that game of who do we match up with. If Theo and Jed are looking for a little help in the bullpen, where are we going to find it and what do they need?
Infield in against Almora. And I think the fact that we've known about and have talked about Albert Almora Jr. since the day he was drafted maybe has led to some of the idea that he was behind everybody else. Well, he wasn't. He's been in the system for a few years. Sure, he'd love to get that first major league knock in this spot with a man at 3rd and 1 out.
A little anxious last time, went out of the zone, ended up striking out on a bad breaking ball.
I gave you 10 guesses at the last Cub to wear number 5. You think he'd get it?
Speed Racer. No.
Bit of a trick question, I guess. Bounce back to the pitcher. It actually deflects off his glove, kicks into the outfield. We'll see how they score it, but I'm guessing a hit.
Yep, that's a knock.
First major league hit for Albert Almora Jr. He'll get an RBI to boot. And it's 6-0.
I think he had a nice day. Made that very strong throw from left field to nail the runner at home plate. And now his first major league knock.
The answer is Quentin Berry. Last year.
Quentin Berry.
Yes.
Where's Quentin Berry now?
I saw him in spring training with the Angels, I think. He is at AAA Salt Lake with the Angels.
That would have been my next guess. That was either Speed Racer or Quentin Berry because they're both fast.
Montero. Cubs have added 2 to their lead here in the 8th. Got a green light, 3-1. Pedro Strop.
Maybe 6, the magic number. Or Joe's going to be willing to shut Lackey down and turn it over to the bullpen.
That was the number the other night for John Lester.
Straight at 100 pitches. So in other words, when it was 5-0 with John the other night, John Lester, and perhaps with Lackey here this afternoon, Joe's thinking was, it's still, a game that could get away from us, and I like the way he's throwing the ball, so I'm going to run him back out there. And then he got the 6. He's like, okay, I feel real comfortable with the 6-run lead, and it sounds kind of weird. 5-6, both feel like very comfortable leads. But as Joe says, as a manager, you got to pick a number. You got to pick a number that says, if we get there, then I'm gonna shut my guy down, save some bullets, and turn it over to the pen.
McClure, the pitching coach. Elvis Araujo up in the home bullpen.
Maybe in anticipation of a Tommy La Stella pinch hit appearance for Lackey.
With his 5th career 3-hit game, has yet to have 4 in a major league contest, but he's got a shot here. Kicks away on a swing and a miss. Both runners advance.
Once again, the Phillies pull the infield in. See if Javi can shorten up, make a little contact here with 2 strikes.
And he does, and a base hit. Almora is in, Montero behind him, and Baez is tagged out. Well, that was a nifty play by Galvis and Hernandez as Galvis cut it off and quickly flipped to the second baseman to get Baez. But a career high 4 hits today. It's 8-0.
Well, indeed he does with 2 strikes. Managed to put the ball in play. Punches it right through the middle of the diamond to bring in 2 more. Yeah, sweet play by Galvis with a catch and flip. Galvis really not his responsibility on that play. You see Howard running into the cutoff position, but a great read and a very clever play by Freddie Galvis.
So looking like Lackey is done for the afternoon with this big 8-0 lead. Here's Matt Caesar. Well, he is done. It's Matt Caesar batting for him. Focused on watching Lackey in the dugout.
Ho hum, another scoreless outing.
And a strike on Matt. 8 consecutive quality starts for John Lackey. Bounce to third, charged by Franco, and the throw is just in time. A lot of good stuff today for the Cubs, including Albert Almora Jr. with his first major league hit and RBI. It's 8-0 late.
T-Mobile hit it out of the park. We doubled our LTE coverage to cover over 305 million Americans. And our new extended range LTE goes 2 times farther and works 4 times better in buildings than before. Switch to T-Mobile for major league coverage today.
Wendy's spin on the Bacon Mozzarella Burger is a deliciously different experience. With thick-cut oven-baked bacon, juicy never-frozen beef, melty mozzarella, and a garlic Parmesan sauce. Wendy's Bacon Mozzarella Burger is a can't-miss collaboration.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema, when the world's biggest star goes missing.
We have your movie star. Gather $100,000 and await instructions.
Only Hollywood's biggest names can solve the mystery.
This is bad.
Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Ray Fiennes, action, Jonah Hill, Scarlett Johansson, and Channing Tatum in the most epic comedy of the year.
Is it hard squeezing it like that?
It's part of the job, miss.
Hail Caesar, now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Movie starter channel 125.
The simple truth is, sometimes life isn't just. Someone crosses over the line, the best laid plans fail, or the sky falls, and lives are changed forever, and people suffer. And when that happens, you might find a system that is not just. That's the reason I began my career, because even when life isn't just, there can be justice, and everyone deserves justice.
Hey everyone, Kelly Crawl in our Comcast Sportsnet studios with this Sportsnet Central update. Coming up tonight, we'll have highlights and reaction from the Cubs after today's series finale against the Phillies. Plus, we're live on the South Side as James Shields gets ready to make his White Sox debut. And the Bears continue OTAs up at Hallis Hall. All that and the day's news coming your way tonight at 6:30. But for now, let's head back to Lynn and JD in Philadelphia. Gentlemen.
This Friday, CSN Chicago celebrates the life of Muhammad Ali, as we'll have live coverage of his memorial service from Louisville, Kentucky. The greatest, remembering Muhammad Ali, begins Friday at 12:30 on CSN Chicago. Here's right-hander Pedro Strop after John Lackey went to 7 shutout innings on just 3 hits.
I was just doing some math here. I believe, if my numbers are correct, since the end of April, Mr. Lackey has fashioned a 159 earned run average after his work here today. Earned runs times 9 divided by innings pitched if you want to figure out an ERA at home. kids are out of school. They want to sharpen their math skills. They can compute ERAs and batting averages. The advanced kids can work on wins above replacement and VORP, XFIP.
Strop and Rupp. Two and two.
Quick pitch and a rare take.
And you see a lot of swings on that quick pitch. He got him.
With a little hop on the end.
Interesting. That seemed like a new maneuver. One out. Here's Ashe. He went. It's a strike. So the last hit belonged to Ashe. That was in the second. $16 in a row retired by Lackey to end his outing. $17 in a row. If you include Strop, getting Rupp, have been retired. 1 and 2. Just a complete shutdown of this Phillies offense. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
No hop this time from Strop. Follow Cubs baseball live with MLB.com at bat. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. And I think the reason for the hop after the first one was Pedro's last outing against Arizona. He did not throw well. He gave up a home run, gave up 3 hits, 2/3 of an inning. Joe had to go get him. So I think that was more of a celebratory. Yeah, I made my pitch. I finished that slider.
Right.
Not so much a showing up of Rupp. I doubt that Rupp interpreted it that way.
1-1 on Goodell. One and 2. Strike 3.
Wow.
Wow. He got them all. 5 straight Phillies have struck out. 11 in all combined. 8-0 to the 9th.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
Call you back. Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous.
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Shut up.
Shut up.
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day.
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Nobody should go to bed hungry.
That's why our friends at Benny's Beverage Depot are going to bat for the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's donates $100 to help feed hungry families in Chicagoland.
That calls for a toast.
Now, you can get 2 Arby's Ultimate BLTs for $6. So, with 10 total strips of thick-cut bacon, that works out to about a 100% chance of you coming to Arby's. Arby's, we have the meat.
Get ready for an exciting Cubs finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
Today, the rubber match, 8-0, 9th inning. Elvis Araujo is on.
Big left-hander is on for the 21st time. Picked up a win. 394 is the earned run average. There's a lot of 302 batting average against right-handers, as you see, really doing a lot of damage against him.
Fowler back to the right side. And the pitch. Just below the knees for ball 1, 1-1. What are you doing tomorrow? Are you going fishing?
Gone fishing? No.
Tough play on a bare hand by Franco, and he got him. That is a very tough play to make.
And with the speedy guy going down the line, the do-or-die play for Franco. It's a little late adjustment there with his body. Bare hand flip. Taking a look at it in the Cubs video room. Fowler slowly making his way back towards the dugout.
They got it right.
No, you know, I'll probably just hang out. Go for a little stroll. Sit on the porch and drink some lemonade. That's what you do in Atlanta. Get some grits somewhere.
Everybody looking forward to a day off.
Oh, we got a few guys that live in that area, correct?
Yes. Hayward from that area. John Lester lives there. Fouled back. 1-1.
David Ross. Didn't Rossi live there? Dexter Fowler.
He's from there as well. Yeah. That ball hit hard, and it gets into right center. 2 hits, 3 reaches for Hayward.
That ball pretty well scalded by the big guy. I'm going to go with a 101 on the exit velocity on that one.
I'm going to say higher than that. .108.
108.
Yep. Four Cubs have at least 2 hits, led by Javier Baez. He's got 4. One and 2 on Bryant.
Wind continues to blow very hard here. It's kind of vacillated off and on all day, but it's been pretty breezy throughout and bringing it pretty good right now.
You can see the swirling effect because the flags, I mean, it's left to right, but a lot of the debris here is going right to left, as you can see some of it on the field. As we watch the end of American Beauty. On the hands, and he got him. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Rizzo.
First baseman Anthony Rizzo.
So, Giordano Ventura, it's going to get suspended, correct? It's got to, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Repeat offender, he'll probably get maybe a little longer than normal. What about Machado? Does he get?
He gets suspended. Yes, yeah. Machado gets suspended. I think Ventura has to be suspended longer. He hit him with a fastball at 99. Yeah. And the anecdotal evidence would tell you that it was on purpose.
Yeah, and the fact that he's kind of been that guy. The thing that I found kind of interesting was Adam Jones' comments after the game, referring to Ventura, that if he wants to be Pedro Martinez, he should have a sub-2 ERA, and that implying that, you know, that's not what Pedro would do. Well, Pedro was that guy for a time. Pedro would light you up.
Right.
That was the reputation he had. But I would imagine Ventura's act is getting pretty old in his own clubhouse, where guys feel like, man, people are going to be dotting us all the time because of this guy.
Right. Rizzo could not hold. That is strike 3. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th. Cubs lead this game 8-0.
This is a chick car.
This is a short man's car.
This is a cute car.
Slow car.
This is a single young professional's car.
This car has no street cred. This car ain't hip-hop.
Kidless.
Cute.
Small.
This car doesn't care what you call it.
To the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. It's John Lackey.
Yeah, interesting ball game for Lackey in that the Phillies started nicely, back-to-back hits to start the ball game. Then they got the big play from Almora, and Lackey just took control of the ball game. Got a lot of swings and misses. Just 3 hits allowed.
Vinny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Here's Clayton Richard.
Strop over the 1-2-3-8 struck everybody out. Clayton gets the 9th. 18th time he has gone out there. He's only worked 9 innings. He's allowed 17 hits. And ERA up there at 8 now for Clayton. So, no doubt he's a little anxious and find his groove.
Facing Tommy Joseph off the bench. Ball 1.
Joseph, a good-looking hitter, hasn't walked much. Good-looking swing. I don't know if he'll slug enough to become an everyday first baseman in this league. He's a former catcher, but he's had concussion issues, and he's moved out from behind the plate.
Ball 4. Here's Herrera. Strike 1. One and one.
So just flipping back through my scorebook here. In this 3-game series, the Phillies have gone 3 up, 3 down 17 times.
Wow. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Joseph to second.
Montero charged with a pass ball.
They hit the dirt.
Yeah, that'll probably be changed.
We'll have to change that. Pounded on the ground to a backhanding Zobrist. One away. Joseph to third. Here's Hernandez batting right-handed. This will break the shutout as Baez gets Hernandez. It's 8-1. And if they leave that a pass ball, that could take the earned run away when it's all said and done. But at any rate, 2 outs.
Did I detect some sarcasm in that applause from the Philly fans?
Yes. This should do it. Bryant To Rizzo. Cubs win. Cubs win, and they take 2 out of 3 to start this trip. 8-1 the final. Albert Almora Jr. with the big defensive play in the first. Later got his initial major league hit and RBI, and John Lackey is now 7-2.
Yeah, good mix of the young and the old here today, and I apologize for calling John old. Let's just say experience, but the 37-year-old right-hander on top of his game yet again this afternoon, and the youngsters coming through, Almora, Baez, Chris Bryant went deep. So 2 out of 3 heading into the off day in Atlanta tomorrow.
So make sure you join us Friday night, 6:30 Central Time. Game 1 against the Atlanta Braves from Turner Field. We have more to come. Blue Cross Blue Shield post-game live is right around the corner. Once again, the final score, Cubs 8, Phillies 1. For JD and our entire crew here in Philadelphia, Len Casper inviting you to stay tuned. More post-game coverage coming up.
The bats came to life this afternoon, and the Cubs take the finale as well as the series in the city of brotherly love. And what a masterful performance from John Lackey, who one-upped himself from the last time out against the Phillies.
Yeah, outstanding performance today. Great to see him set the tone, retires the last 16 hitters he faces. I mean, puts the Phillies down. Then you've got Baez 4 for 4. Almora, you get great throw in the first inning, gets his first big league hit. Just a lot of great stuff to talk about today. You got the Bryant homer, the Zobrist homer. Everybody seemed to contribute just at least a little bit into today's win.
Yeah, he had a lot of run support. Well, the Cubs win 8-1. They're now 24 games over 500. We'll talk more pitching, more offense. Albert Almora getting his first major league knock. And how about those All-Stars? It's all coming up on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Make sure he's in bed by 8.
Sometimes I get scared.
Scared of what, Danny?
The things I can't see.
Got a weird feeling. Almost forgot. In case anything happens.
Dad, I got this.
Now is the time to save big with Smart Bonus Cash from Ford. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus an extra $1,000 Smart Bonus Cash on Edge and Explorer. Ford, America's best-selling brand with big savings. 0% financing for 60 months and an extra $1,000 Smart Bonus Cash. But supplies are limited. So hurry while selection is best and see your local Ford dealer today.
The end. Thank you, Grace, for your summer vacation report on the Dells. Michael.
This year, my family didn't want to fight the crowds, so we went to Blue Harbor Resort. There was a huge indoor water park and an awesome pool, but there was this other thing called the beach. I went swimming and entered a sandcastle contest. Dad took us sailing on this cool boat. We even had a bonfire. This is the best vacation ever.
Start a new family tradition at Blue Harbor Resort, right on Lake Michigan in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Pushing 10. Somebody told me no, son, and I decided then I'm gonna dig my style. Gonna walk the same. Gonna keep on going. No, I don't see no end. With the prize I'm showing, you better tell your friends. I'm gonna dig my style. Dig my style. Dig my style.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Audi, truth in engineering. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Toyota. Discover more in a Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Let's go places.